Man, I don't know how to put it, but I do really like the border I made for this. I made sure the add-on section's a bit meh, the top left corner, but the rest of it works alright. Am I getting better as an artist? Am I gaining passive experience without no... the secret passive experience artist. Anyway, let's move on. Chapter 2. I like how you have chapter 2 at the top here, because, you know, that's how it works. And then you put chapter 2 in there, too. You got a title up here, too. It's really... I don't know what you're doing here, buddy. Are you writing this in, like, a big TXT file? Don't lie to me. Reckoning with the Caveman. Day 2, chapter 2. Dawn of the next day. Beep, 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 beep. My eyes shoot open as my alarm rouses me from my pleasant dream. Always fucking dreamless. No one has any dreams in this world. Everyone's just so bitter. I take revenge for waking me up, apparently hear the alarm and just lay still for a moment, thinking about those cheeks on Fan. Oh, gosh. As I stare up at the ceiling, my eyes wander over to the cross hung up on the wall. Something like the 2 things Mom gave me before I left. What a weird thing to give your son. Hey, son, you're leaving. Gonna give me, like, a blanket or something? No, here's a cross. The other was a study Bible for troubled use that I haven't bothered to read. Oh, God, she's one of those people. It sits on my desk collecting dust. I could have just left them boxed up, but it felt wrong to keep them packed away. That's such a weird way to think about it. Listen, if you keep the Bible in the box, you keep all the Bible energy fresh and contained, so when you need it, you can pop it out. Unspoiled. After a heavy sigh, I stretch and feel my entire body pop into place. And that's the exercise for the day done. I roll out of bed. He's stretching in bed? Ew. Gonna hit the wall. I roll out of bed and manage not to fall on my face for once. Guess the big guy is looking out for me after all. I scan over my clock, checking the time. 7:30 now. School doesn't start till 8:15. It goes about 20 minutes. It gives me 25 minutes to get ready. You know, I complained about someone doing this shit before, but it's really just, I hope that it sticks to just this, because this is all you need to establish time. Because, like, again, a book is not, it's not a freaking log file. With practiced movements, I start my morning routine of showering, dressing, and eating breakfast. So I move around the apartment, I take stock of the little shithole. It's a tiny studio apartment with only enough room for a bathroom, a bed, and a pathetically small kitchenette. Don't call it small kitchen, call it kitchenette. I love the term kitchenette. Is it even applicable here? I don't even know what makes a kitchenette. That's a kitchenette! You have a kitchenette, Anon! I'll run after him like that goose. God damn it, someone just said Zeno's Paradox got you again. Oh. Not like I was much of a cook outside of the microwave anyway. And the upside of the place is that my folks were paying the lease. I know my parents are hard up for cash, but part of me wonders if Dad picked out this apartment in particular as a way for me to build character, some stupid shit like that. Hope the school was fairly uneventful. I left my lesson yesterday and I brought my jacket with me to stave off the morning cold. If you say you learned your lesson from yesterday, then the today's already implied. The fog was still thick too, but I knew the way now and was able to make it to school a little early. Early. Something about that word stuck out of my head. Like I'm beginning to do something, I don't remember what. And then it hits me. So those words echo in my mind as I remember what I promised to see him today. Good around, but I expect to see you in my office first thing in the morning. With a start, really? You're gonna starting? Ugh. With a start, I jog up the stairs to school. Some of the students lounging around the stairs giving weird looks as I do. But I'm not gonna start off on the wrong foot with that caveman, especially after hearing that verbal beatdown he gave the theater audience yesterday. This should not be a comment there, funnily enough. As I make it through the front door, I have to wheeze through the crowd of students milling about. I wasn't been called yet, so there's dozens of kids lined up and down the hallway hanging out before school officially starts. After accidentally pushing over a particularly small pink rafter. God damn it, Sage. I was about halfway to my destination. That's when I spotted NASA leaning against the gym door. He looks awful. He barely slept. He hasn't noticed me yet, and he's too engrossed in whatever he's typing on his phone. For a moment, I pause. I love moment pauses. I love when people pause for a moment. Exactly a moment. Not more, not less. Like, I would like to point out, you don't need this. Because this section is the pause that you're talking about. We can see it with our eyeballs. Could I say something to him? He's clearly not dealing with the fallout of the concert very well. He deserves to hear my account of events. Whatever Fang has told him was probably the worst light possible. They threw a lot of blame on him, given how Fang acted about the pizza. About that New York slice. It's not like I think there's anything wrong. The poor guy just wants to help his brother. On the other hand, Caveman will probably have my head if I show up late to the meeting. I mean, he probably asked me to come in early so he could chew me out personally. For some reason. Showing up late won't do me any favors. I'll see Nasser at lunch today. Anyway, we can talk then. I continue through the crowded hallway until the officers are finally inside. As I get closer, I can see Naomi outside the principal's office. She's talking with some chick girl. She's much shorter than Naomi, but which makes up for it by practically getting into her face. Whatever she's talking about, it's getting very heated. Naomi, on the other hand, just looks nothing but annoyed. As I get close enough to make out what they're saying, the short girl huffs and stomps away in the other direction. Naomi deflates a little from the encounter. Something familiar about it, but I can't quite place it. Naomi, who was that? I ask. She turns around to talk to me. She's a little frazzled by her onslaught. Oh, that was Trish. I'm sorry you had to see her blow up like that. She gives a small, apologetic smile. In that situation, I'm fine with the small, because it's a part of the equation. Oh yeah, we're in school. We need to turn on some school soundtrack. Hey, this works for Naomi. As if we're getting yelled at by some weirdo, it was her fault somehow. Don't worry about it. What did she want anyway? She was petitioning me to be able to sell banned merchandise on ground. She was petitioning to be able to sell banned merchandise on school grounds again. Naomi lets out an exasperated sigh. I already told her several times that it's strictly forbidden to do so on school grounds, but she keeps bothering me about it. Wonder why she wants to hawk shitty band merch so much. Wait a second. You said band? What band is she in? Naomi gave me a slightly quizzical look. She's in Worm Drama. The band played in the auditorium yesterday. Oh, so that's why I recognize her. She was the second bassist at that concert. She's completely living from how I saw on stage last night. Well, the stage lights do add 5 pounds, I've been told. Or was it the camera? Yesterday, she was the first to crack and start crying. Today, she was just like a miniature berserker. God damn it, wrong with the clown. Well, I'll see you later, Naomi. I have to go talk to the principal right now. Naomi gives me a sly wave as I move past her and into the belly of the beast. Spencer's office was smaller than what I was expecting. His giant size made the office look even smaller. I think it was designed for midgets. We're going to stand there, Anon, or we're going to sit. The caveman's words brought me back to reality, and I sank into one of the armchairs at his desk. I can't help myself from gripping the armchairs as I prepare myself for his verbal lashing. Punctual, as I asked. I like that, Anon. Huh? That's unexpected. I kind of figured he'd chop my head off right from the get-go. I trust what happened yesterday won't be a recurring problem. He leans in on his desk and gives me a question. No, sir. He gives me a slight smile. Good, because we have other business to attend to. Besides, lecturing you. He reaches into his drawers to pull something. We do, sir? Spear hands me a small laminated piece of paper. How many students in this school qualify for financial services, you know? Financial services? What the fuck is he talking about? That's your lunch card for the rest of the semester. Don't worry about having to pay for anything until after you graduate. That's what it's for, during school. I look over the lunch card in my hand. Even has my name and my face on it. Where did you get this picture? Who gave you my picture? Where did he get this from? I guess from his record. Why would your school records have your face on it? That's the part that gets me. That feels too much for me. How did you get this man's school photo? Thanks. Why am I getting this? You signed up for it? Correct. Naomi informed me that you needed help with food and you had the paperwork filled out. Naomi? Why would she care so much about what if I got food or not? Well, because, I guess in a funny way, it might actually be because you got food from Nasser and that might have bothered him. I like to think, there's an argument to be made that that's the actual reason she did it and she doesn't actually give a shit about Anon. Let me double check quickly. He said, then let out an ear-splitting howl of Naomi! Marina! That left my ears ringing. She walks over and starts to talk to him, but with all this ringing, I can't make out any of it. Shit, this might be permanent. Dismissed, Naomi. I thank you after Jesus, I can hear again. That's a wrong place to put that one, but it is the right direction. It is going leftwards, which is really weird. Just to be clear, Anon, you did ask for this assistance, right? Well, he is poor enough to qualify for assistance, right? Naomi's smile turns awkward as she glances around the room. Fucking ouch, Naomi! Anon. I glance between the two. Naomi probably isn't malicious, but I might have to explain to her that I'm not a homeless pauper either. Listen, I can play commander. I can play more than pauper. Then again, telling her I live in Skid Row probably won't stop her from seeing me as destitute. Yes. Yes. Naomi claps her hand to her face and cheers. Oh, lovely, Anon. If you have any other... That'll be all, Miss... Oh, we're going with the fucking Mia route. We're going with the fucking Mia route. They're siblings. They kiss each other at night. We don't talk about that. You're not supposed to talk about that because that's like level 2 fanfiction of like nothing anywhere supports this, and like this family relationship doesn't even mechanically exist. But we can dream. What the fuck, Sapphire? Aren't they like 3 years apart? That's so weird. Damn! Hoist by my own opinion. You may leave. Spares cut her off before she could pick up steam. Naomi does a slight bow before leaving the room. Actually, thinking of, when does ending 4 happen again? It's not that far. It's like a couple of years in, so it's entirely plausible. Huh. That money happens before ending 4. That's the kind of thing you start thinking about, huh? Anyway, Spears clacks some paperwork together on his desk as she leaves. I ain't doing that, but she can go on for ages. No kidding. She could talk anyone's ear off. But you're all set up. Just don't close that lunch card. It cost me $2. I stand up for my chair and heads at the door when Spears stopped me. I know this is senior year. You're only joining us at Volcano High halfway through, but we're still here to help you make the most of your time. Turn around to face him. I can't help but... What? And can't help but him a shy smile. Oh, you give him a shy smile? Smile? Shh. Thank you, Mr. Spears, sir. It gives me a small nod and smile. You're welcome. Evidently, I think my door's open to you, Anon. I think I'm on last time. Head out. I checked my phone. I still have a few minutes before class. How the hell did it go that well? Oh god, look at all these sentences starting with I. Ugh, gross! Start your sentences differently. Because if you do this too much, I'm gonna be like, I thank him one last time before it. I check my phone. I still have a few minutes before class. I might have to talk to NASA now. But where might he be? Probably at the gym. I decided to head to the cafeteria where I spotted him in the hall talking to a familiar looking Red Raptor. It's a drummer from last night. I wouldn't call Reed red though. He's very pink. The Raptor's currently trying to explain the nuances of rock room multiplayer. What answer nods along disinterestedly. It's a really, really awkward odd adverb to use. I would say, well, Nasser's clearly just nodding along. Disinterestedly? Such a big word to use. It just feels so small. Very interesting stuff, Reed. That's not what I wanted to talk to you about. I wanted to apologize for what happened to you guys yesterday. I know it things to get so bad. Oh shit, am I intruding on something? Are they about to make out? Anon, can you shut the fuck... They're guys! I'm too gay! Before I can walk away, I notice Nasser spots me and gives me a nod. Oh man, it's cool. I didn't even listen to half of the stuff they were laughing about anyway. Chill, Raptor, bro. Why are you calling him a bro? You haven't even met him yet. Right. And Trish is taking all this fun. The Raptor Rage just gives a shrug. Yeah, name was mentioned. Psh, nah, you don't worry about the Trish department. I've seen Trish early this morning. I know that's a bold-faced lie, but I just hold my tongue. Reed's phone suddenly buzzing. He's just like, sorry, amigo, but I gotta take this one. See you around, Nasser, Anon. Wait, how does he know my name? Or I can ask, he's already gone. He's from another timeline. He's probably from one of the better endings. He's like perfectly chill. He's like, man, Fang's a guy? When did this happen? Well, maybe it was always that way. He's just moved on with his life, completely blissfully ignorant. Weird guy. Shouldn't you know him better? Or, like, he's friends with your sister. And he cares about his sister. Shouldn't he be a little more invested than that? I'm just saying, buddy. Kind of skipping over lives here. Nah, sir. I wanted to tell you about before I can talk. Before I can say anything, but I was cut off by the bell. It's alright, cause I'm not saved by the... Sorry, Anon. I can't miss homeroom today. If you need to talk, just meet up with Naomi and me for lunch. Naomi and I for lunch. I was heading in the opposite direction of Reed, leaving me alone in the empty hallway. Oh, damn it, I guess I have to wait until lunch after all. Head over, I head to homeroom. Reed's passed by without issues. I'm no longer the brand new kid, so I got a lot less attention from my other classmates. I'm able to just phase him out of my mind as background noise, only focusing on the teacher. Even though I'm bound for the service, my parents will still throw a fit if my grades start to slip. Eventually, it's lunchtime, and I followed the flow of students headed for the cafeteria. As I was stuck in the foot of traffic, I started to aimlessly look around the halls when I noticed a large trophy display case. So I look over them, I noticed a lot of them have pictures of Nasser in a track uniform. He was at the school record last summer. You're noticing a lot of stuff noticing. Good shit, Nasser. I was never all that athletically inclined, much to the dismay of my father. Certainly have the eyes for it, but never the drive. It didn't stop my old man from pushing me, though. He said I could be a great offensive lineman if I applied myself, but, never did. Sure as hell not getting in the locker room with a bunch of half-naked jocks now anyway. Oh no, Anon! God damn it! Listen, if you can't look at a naked gender you're sexually interested in without popping a boner, that's called teenage problems. Any decent adult can manage that just fine. Although on the other hand, I don't know, like, if you're part of the team and you're like a decent part of it, I don't know if they'd even throw a fit over that. At that point, they got more important priorities, which is that you need to stay on the team. I don't know. I feel like at that point, you're just shooting yourself in the foot for what? Because someone thinks gays are bad? That's a weird thing to prioritize when you've got trophies to win. The next case over was for academic achievements, which featured a shockingly large amount of Naomi. She was practically every down. How do you have time for this, Naomi? The last case was for general, which didn't fit anything else. A lot of them were shit no one cares about, like gardening and campus beautification. Fuck off. That's such a weird call-out to put in there. Even have an anti-bullying award. But they just had those out at every school. A lot of good that anti-bullying bullshit did at my old school. I was dwelling on the past. I'm here now. Eventually I got to the lunch line with my new lunch card in hand. I considered budgeting my spending, but ended up splurging on cookies and all those subs Nasa had yesterday. Looks like I'm going to be paying for this shit anyway. At least my parents could do is to make sure I eat enough. Looking for a place to sit. I see a maroon motor mouth waving me over. Nessa's already sitting next to her, looking pretty conflicted about something. Oh, I see you're making use of your lunch card, Anon. Naomi smiles at me with her hands clasped. Yeah, thanks for that, by the way. As I sit across from the pair. And we smiles even wider somehow. You're so very welcome, Anon, but you should really watch your sugar intake. And filtered out. I drug my big fat sugary cookie as she rattles on about the benefits of a vegan diet. I glance over the Nasu, who's just picking at his food dejectedly. And we finally notices this and trails off on a roundabout leafy greens. Oh, Nasser, sweetie. Naomi nuzzles into his shoulder, which stabs Nasser back to his chest. Anon, what did you get here? Nasser eyes Naomi and me nervously, like he just noticed how he wasn't sitting alone. God, that's so sad. Didn't even know. I bit of the whole time, bro. Like something's dripping to my voice. What? No, I'm super. Nasser attempts to laugh, but it rings hollow and forced. Yeah, I share a glance of worry. She squeezes his hand, and that subtle long side. Why are you spelling out names? It's like the perfect context to start using pronouns. There's no ambiguity. It's just Fang. They stayed home. They decided to stay home instead of coming to school today. His hands go to hold his head. The council was such a shit show. He just want to avoid everyone. I knew I shouldn't have invited all those guys. Naomi rubs her snoot against the side of his cheek. Guess that's how Dino's kiss. Yeah, that crowd was really harsh. Nasa raises his head to me to look at me pitifully. Ow, my chest. What happened after I left, Anon? Didn't give me a general idea, but I need to hear it from someone who's in the crowd too. I struggled to say anything for a second when suddenly Spears' words from earlier rang in my head. You're not the only person. Why isn't this between quotation marks of any kind? Like, come on, it's perfect situation. Oh shit, it's time to nut up, Anon. Man, it was really bad. They didn't even get past the first song. Hell, they didn't even get past the first verse. I think. Nasa grits his teeth and then he covers his mouth in shock. And then calm down. I say as I can start. As I can see him start to flare up. Nasa's still pissed though. Stares right at me with narrowed eyes. What happened? Did they say anything about Fang? So does he know? Because like the non-binary thing, feels like it's compounding the whole gay thing. Does he know? Has Fang ever mentioned who they are into? I don't even know what his, like, birth name is, so I don't even know if we're going with Fang eventually detransitions. But if Fang detransitions, then it also implies that he's not Is he? Oh god, that's so fucking annoying. Shit, that's complicated. Point is, Fang has a birth name. Lucas, I guess, is like the easy answer to go with, right? Lucy Lucas. Same L-U-C. But that feels so on the nose and kind of, I don't know. No, someone did not. You can set your... Oh... Anyway, let's move on. So I'm laughing my ass off because someone just found, I told someone, hey, you can set dark mode here on archive of our own. They're like, what? Looking at response. What? Some people started yelling at them and it devolved from there. Yeah, this is stuff a bit fake, but I don't think you need to hear it. They said the F word. Although this time, I guess it's technically true. And there's one more thing I have to ask you. What is it, my bro? Did you kiss? Just kiss already! Won't shut up about it. That sits the table hard enough for Naomi to gasp. She's thinking about the budget. She tries to soothe him, but it's not working. Well, then what happened? I'm gonna kick all their ass if I get my hands on them. That moment, I remember laughing along with them. I left after that. Spear showed up super pissed and yelled at them for a while. Also sags. The flare of anger is gone from his face. So that's why they stayed home all day. Hold on, let's turn on some of those dramatic highs. A strange expression comes across Naomi's face as he starts to speak up. Well, if Fang wants to stay home, that's his prerogative. You just need to give him some time, sweetie. Yeah, I know, babe. Just feels like I could have done more. Nasa looks completely deflated now. I think I might be tearing up a little. I start to clam up, but I can feel my heart beat out of my chest. I can't believe I'm considering this, but Nasa needs a bro right now. I nudge him a little to get his attention. He looks back at me. Hey man, here's my number. I need to talk. Just let me know. I hand him a napkin from the table to quickly scrawl my number onto. Nasa takes it and stuffs it in his pocket. Hey, thanks, man. That means a lot. Thanks. Gives me a weary smile, but before we can continue, the lunch bell rings. As we get up to throw away our trash to go to different classes, Nasa gives me one last thankful nod before walking over to Naomi. There you go, man, on baby steps. Nasa's a good guy. You can trust him. Maybe even tell him about... No! It's easier if nobody knows. Even him. Go by the rest of the day on easy mode. It's just so we get into the back, unnoticed and unbothered. In his element, hydrated. Before I know it, I'm done with the second day of the semester, and I'm back at the apartment, sitting in the bed playing Rock Crate. Uppercase, please. It's a proper noun. It's a name. I waited for about 2 hours. It finally happened. I got a phone buzz with a text notification. It was from Nasa. Is this you, Anon? Yeah, that's me. Oh god, this is such oh man, that's a oh man, that's a terrible way to do it. Oh no. Yeah, I can see what the whole I don't know if I did this right before, but Anon is huge, 6 feet tall. I wanted to loot that when you walk by the athletic display, you can get a bit of that lore. Also, Microraptor is a doesn't know yet, chapter 4 or 5. Okay, cool. Originally, I was going to have Anon come out to Nasa and Naomi at the end of the lunch scene instead of giving Anon his number, but I felt it was too early to trust with that. Wait, this is the same guy. Oh yeah, it is so much area. Why would you put that in the fucking comments, man? That's what author notes are for. You bingus. Good call. Seems the bully is fresh in his mind this role, yeah. Fully agree. It's way too soon for him to open up about that, especially considering the bullying is why I moved there in the first place. Wouldn't mind seeing some Anon and Nasser action, though. Those two. The lack of smut fixism is criminal. To clarify, though, whenever you know those things, when all serious is, oh. Man, this is Fic is a year old. Man, this is adorable too. I look forward if it's made. Oh no. A Ben ship. Ben is pretty underdeveloped and money, and a romance with him could flesh it out a lot. Plus, I could sprinkle in JoJo Part 4 references. Well, fuck me, man. I don't know anything about JoJo. JoJo! JoJo. What else has this guy written? Mayor of Simpleton. Lunara and Anon. What the fuck is Pickle Freeform? This tag has not been marked common and cannot be filtered yet. What does it mean? Pickle! Oh! Oh! Freeform apparently. Oh! Oh my! We're going with that form of Lunara, are we? I'm all for it, man. I was paid to read it, or not. I was paid to write this read. Oh, this guy actually uploaded pretty recently, like 9th. I just threw out the love of my dreams. At the height of winning prom king, NASA celebration is cut short. His secretary with his assistant is a new boyfriend. Oh no! Oh, it's post-ending too! Nice. Man, this guy got some shit. Puppet game, Lunar Echoes. He likes Lunara. Happy accident. Oh no. Snoot vs. Cooniverse. Are you tired of long drawn out fics? You don't see Dynagos getting absolutely oh! Oh! God! I really need to read stuff before I get into it. Shit! Aww. God, these fucking names, man. Skinny dipping. Man, I wish I could write. That'd be great. Trans, yeah, we're going with Trans Lunara. God, I kind of want to read that entirely on the grounds, you know. Fuck, man. Not a lot of Lunara of late. It's not explicit, so we should be good. Fang Allosaurus. Who the fuck is that? Never heard of this guy. What are we looking at word count-wise? 11 chapters, 42,000. This guy really likes his 5,000 sub, which is a really good amount for a good chapter. Because I can do it in one go, and it's not so much that it starts to feel drawn out in terms of, you know, thematic cohesion. His reason to work is, hey, broke up after prom. So yeah, how do I feel about anything else matters so far? I don't know what the fuck to tell you, man. It's just alright. I'm having a good time. I'm sitting there doing a little dance, having a good time. Putting question mark emojis on question mark hats. Yeah, this chapter's nice. It's just so nice and bite-sized, you know, instead of all these big, giant chapters that don't go anywhere for hours on end. Oh, this guy really... Okay. Anon, be careful. She's got a... Lunara, what a cute name. Oh man, excuse me, is Meme already defending? Oh god, I kind of want to go for this because it just looks kind of. Just reading this while I'm trying to do something else. Safi, move on with your life. Safi, no!